For people who are not able to attend today, we'll record this training, and I'm going to be recording these trainings every week. This is the first one, so thanks everybody who's on so far. Got a few of you. I expect we'll probably have a few more joining us as we go forward. My name's John Fuller. Y'all should know me. I only sent this invitation to people I have personally spoken to this morning, or you were invited by somebody affiliated with our team. So either way, thank you for joining me today. Today, I'm going to start talking about feet on the street. So, recently, we just had a business summit here in Salt Lake a couple weeks ago, and it was really awesome. At that summit, there was a presentation that I saw called Feet on the Street. And it was a program that was designed by an agency in Arizona, and it's an 8-week program. And the idea is to help, especially particularly newer agents, to help them develop or get referral partners, and how to do it, and like explaining every day what the agent needs to do every day to make that happen. Okay, so first of all, let's just quickly discuss the importance of referral partners in our business. You know, we can grow our business in many different ways. A lot of people use leads. But I always say, whenever I work with agents, that the best policies you can write, the best clients you'll ever have, are the ones that you either meet in person and work with face to face, or are referred to you, like a referral. Okay, those are going to be the best clients you'll ever have, because they're going to stick with you, they're going to trust you, and they're going to more than likely send you referrals. Okay, so it's really important to develop referral partners if you're going to have longevity in this business, if you ask me. And so that's the focus of today. Is we're going to focus on getting referral partners and how to put your own feet to the fire, if you will. Because one of the hardest parts in this business, if you ask me, is to um, get yourself to work, to motivate yourself to do something every day in your business. Is since we work for ourselves, you know, we don't have any boss or anybody behind us that's like, you know, whipping us and telling us what we need to do and when we need to do it. And so that's one of the hardest parts, is like, you know, making ourselves get to work every day and doing something. So the idea here is to hold yourself accountable to do an activity every day for 8 weeks. Okay. And I don't know if anybody here if you guys know who Ty Brady is. Ty Brady, you should. Ty Brady's my manager. He's really great agent who knows a lot about the business, has been doing this for a long time. He has a talk show. He does a podcast called The Ty Brady Way. And anyway, he's said this a couple times. I've heard him say this, but if you do anything for 90 days, anything at all, whatever it is, but if you commit yourself to doing something for 90 days and you do it every day for 90 days, you will be successful. You will have success and find success. What we're talking about here is just shortening that to 8 weeks, you know, committing yourself to doing something for 8 weeks. So first of all, who are good referral partners, strategic referral partners for us in our business? Now, particularly, I help people, agents, with Medicare and health insurance, growing their business in the Medicare and health insurance space. I used to be a financial advisor, believe it or not, so I do know about financial products, but that's not what my focus is. You know, my focus over all my years, I found that that's what I really enjoy the most. And that's why I enjoy helping agents the most, is growing their Medicare and health insurance business. So these referral partners are more particularly tuned for agents that are, you know, looking for referral partners for Medicare and health insurance in some way or another. This is just a list that I came up with right before the call. Okay, you know, this is because these are well-known referral partners in our business. These are all people who talk to or work with our clients. Okay, or people who we want to be our clients. So we've got dental offices, and look, I misspelled this already. Dental offices, dentistal, doctor's offices, pharmacies, other insurance agents, financial advisors, CPAs or tax people, attorneys, retail stores, assisted living, retirement communities, wellness health clinics, home health hospices, offices, and anyone. Because, talk where your feet are. Ron Kellogg always said that over and over. Talk where your feet are, right? The thing and why I put that is because you never know. You never know where this referral partner could be. It doesn't have to be a dental office or an attorney. It could be I'm just going to throw this out there, a deli. Okay. I have a friend in Idaho who owns a deli. He has people that come into the store that might ask about insurance, or maybe he has employees that he hires and fires and need insurance. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. It could be literally anybody from anyone that could be a referral partner for you, as long as you're listening to that person, what they're saying, and finding the fit, right? Finding where they can refer you business. Today, I'm going to kind of focus, and I want to keep these short, concise. So I'm going to try to finish up here within the next 10 to 15 minutes and then take some questions. So today we're going to focus on this 8-week program. So my thought process is to create a schedule for yourself. Okay. Now the idea of the Feet on the Street program that was created was that, you'd have a manager. So like, if you're on my team, you're working with me, you want me to help design this with you, I'm happy to do so. But I think any agent can do this for themselves. The idea is to create a actual schedule for yourself, a working schedule around your schedule, because everybody's life's different. Maybe you can't start until 9:30, 10 o'clock, whatever it is. You've got school kids, whatever it is. One of the great things about our job is that we get to create our own schedule. But I'm talking about creating a schedule, something you're going to commit to, for 8 weeks at this 8-week develop, something like this. Okay. So it doesn't matter how this looks for you, it's going to look different. All right. But the idea is to commit yourself to a schedule. Now, also, this could be part-time. It doesn't have to be full-time, right? You could be somebody who's, again, new in the business. So maybe you have a part-time job or even a full-time job that you have to maintain to keep bills paid as you're getting started in the business. However it is, whether it's full-time or part-time or sometime, like Ron would say, the idea here is you're going to commit yourself to a schedule for 8 weeks. And so, whether that's 4 hours or 8 hours a day, whatever it is, you're going to put it into an actual schedule and what your activity is in that time. Okay. So, I put here just something really quickly this morning to give you an idea. But the idea of this schedule is focusing on dentists for 8 weeks. So, like this gentleman who came up with the program I saw, their whole idea was to focus on one uh, uh, referral partner at a time for 8 weeks. So, like, they would do dentist office for 8 weeks or pharmacies for 8 weeks. That's a lot of commitment and a lot of work, right? But I guarantee you, if you did that, you would have all of the referral partners you would ever need. So basically, if we're doing dentists, starting with dentists, the idea is to spend some time in the morning getting the data together for the dentist that you're going to talk to. What do I mean by that? I mean, you already represent companies that have dental benefits, whether it's through a Medicare Advantage plan or whether it's a dental insurance plan. You have dental coverages. So you're going to start by looking up the dentists that take that plan. So whether it's a Medicare Advantage plan, a dual SNP plan, or a standalone dental plan that you've got, you're going to look at the list of the dentists that accept that plan before you even call, before you even walk out the door. You're going to know which dentists accept your plan. So when you walk into the office, you already know what they take and that they take your plan. You know what the benefits are of your plan, and that sort of information. So you're going to do all that study, so you have a list before you head out the door. Also, I want to make a note that I'm talking about canvassing. You can call. Okay, there's plenty of people. Whoops, yeah, there you go. There's plenty of people that work virtually or work with offices virtually. Let's see here. Now, I don't know if we can. I'm gonna mute everyone. There we go. I'm gonna mute everybody just to make sure we don't have any dings there. Okay, so if we're working on dental offices, we're going to again make sure that they're on our list, they take our plan. We're also going to understand what can we do for dentists, right? First, we're going to understand our position first. So, how do we work with dentists? How do we help them? Well, I'll tell you right now, the person who's the whiz in the business is Charlie Jennings. If you haven't heard his name, listen to the Ty Brady Way. Ty interviews Charlie several times, and Charlie is an expert at the dental program. Okay, I mean Charlie does a whole lot of business all off of dental offices, and Charlie's dental offices happen to be remote. They're not in the same state that he works in, although he does have some dental offices locally. But I'm just suggesting that it doesn't have to be local, but what I'm discussing today, I'm talking about making it local. I'm talking about canvassing. I'm talking about speaking with dentist offices in your area, knocking on the door. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about today. It's canvassing, not necessarily making a phone call. So the idea is, how do I benefit a dentist? Well, think about that for a minute. You can answer questions for their customers. Maybe they're not sure or happy about their dental coverage, and maybe they say something to the dental office. Well, this sucks. I can't believe I'm paying that much. Or they complain. Any kind of complaint directly to the dental office is an opportunity for them to share your information. Well, if you don't like what you have, or if you'd like to see some other options, we have an expert in house that really has been doing a good job for our clients. Here's his information. So you can answer questions to help retain their customers. So you can help protect the people that are visiting their facility by retaining them, by answering questions, getting them better coverage, right? Now, believe it or not, there's also opportunities where you have people that aren't even aware that they had benefits that they could get. Okay. And real quick, be happy to type in the chat, think about your questions, and just hold tight. And we're going to hit questions here pretty soon. So hold your questions, and I will address questions here shortly. Um, so you can help people who might not even be aware that they have a product that's available to them. So as an example, let's say the dentist office gets a phone call. Do they accept Medicaid? Well, dentist offices, I can tell you most of the time, if they do accept Medicaid, they don't like it. It's a pain in the butt for them. They get paid a long ways away, and they've got to go through the whole process of filing for the claim and all that stuff. But if they do accept Medicaid, and if you were to explain to them, hey, anybody who has Medicare or Medicaid, did you know that there's a plan available from this company that has this much dental benefit that they would get for free? you know Enlighten them a little bit. Share that information, because you can help them. The fact is that you can increase their revenue. Bottom line is, you can make them money. Okay, you can make the dentist money, you can save their clients. You actually can be a very good asset to the dental office. You just need to understand that, and understand your value, right? So that's how we can work with dental offices. I'm happy to get more in detail. If you've got more further questions later, you can ask me directly. We could do a whole class just on dental offices. Okay, we're going to focus a little bit more about keeping this generalized. I just wanted to also pop down a little bit of information about, because it was asked of me yesterday, hey, I've got agents that are wondering, what do you say? Right? What do you say when you go into the dental office? Again, I'm going to point back to Charlie Jennings. If you're able to look him up, listen to his interviews, because he's the expert already. He talks about it, but it really, and as he says, it's not rocket science, right? The main thing is that you show up. If you show up and just and respect them as people and their time and their business, and you explain yourself professionally, and then showing up again and again. I think that was the idea of this 8-week plan, is that if you show your face to them every week for 8 weeks, they're going to know who you are, and they're going to know, okay, this guy does that. And we want to work with them. In that whole 8 weeks, maybe at some point you brought in, a gift of some kind, maybe some donuts or something like that. Now they really want to help you, But here's an idea of what you can say when you walk in. I took some of this a little bit from what the other person had put out there. I liked some of the basic stuff that he said, so I kind of you wanted to say that here, so like the in my own words, because I believe that making the connection as a person. Okay, so like if you know me and you know my name's John and you know what I do, and we shake hands, you're more than likely going to help me if you know that my kid and your kid both play soccer. I know that's silly. But if we can make a connection where, I know I walk into the office, I notice a picture of the child or whatever, and I make a comment, oh, my kid has red hair or something, whatever that is. I'm just saying something silly. But, if you can make a connection outside of this, outside of your being there and why you're there, something more of a normal connection, it helps make you human and helps make you understandable. So if you can make some kind of a human connection right off the bat, maybe it's the weather. So the next step though is to be very quick. When you walk in the first time, you want to respect their time. Don't try to drop a whole lot of information on them. Just like say, hey, I wanted to stop by, tell you who I am really quick. I don't know if you have any assistance, but I would love to help you guys if you ever need any. Here's a flyer real quick. I'll be back next week, answer any questions. So the idea is that you're touching this office over and over every week for 8 weeks. Okay. Second visit. Oh, I was going to say here, remember their names. This is a skill that I had to consciously teach myself. As I used to be really bad with names, and so I had to consciously teach myself remember the name. And so I started making a habit of saying the name over and over in my head when I newly introduced to somebody. Try to do that. Try to remember the first name, because if you walk in the door next time and say, hey, Susan, good to see you again. I told you I'd be back. I'm back. I just wanted to see if you used the flyer or had any questions. This time make a little bit, spend another 30 seconds or something like that. Drop off some more information. Maybe you have an updated flyer or business cards or something like that. And then come back to say, hey, I'll be back next week. Maybe next time you say something more important. Hey, did you guys know about this incredible benefit from so-and-so company? It has this much dental plans for people who have Medicare and Medicaid. I forgot to ask, do you guys work with Medicaid, right? You already know the answer, maybe. Maybe you looked it up in the system beforehand, okay? So hopefully that'll give you a little bit of idea of what to say when you get there. But just remember, you're valuable. You can help. You can help the dental office or the pharmacy or whatever it is. Okay. Okay. So a quick recap here, and then we'll kind of open it up for some questions. But the idea is to hold yourself accountable. So one last thing I would say there is get an accountability partner, whether that is your manager or whether that is a friend, somebody outside of the business. Somebody to report to say, I did it. I did what I said I was going to do, and here's the results. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable, it's easy to just let it go. All right. So, quick recap is the whole idea of today's training is to develop referral partners and to make a commitment, a commitment to, like in this case, an 8-week commitment to getting those referral partners. And doing that, giving yourself a daily activity, to do that day, every day for 8 weeks. Now, if I was full time and I'm looking at this right now and I have other business I need to follow up with, I was just going to mention looking at the schedule. I think that the earlier in the day is a good time to do the business that we need to do, because if in our business, so that might be following up, it might be emails, things like that. Because I think as far as canvassing goes, knocking on the door, and especially like dental offices, that the early afternoon is a better time than the morning, because I think they're busier in the morning, talking specifically about dental offices, okay? Other types of businesses, it might be better in the morning. So it depends on the business as far as when you think it might be best to approach. I was using this on the idea of using dental offices and thinking that that time right after lunch would probably be the best time during the day to say hi. So that's why I put it like this. So again, 8-week program, writing yourself a schedule, committing to that, writing yourself a plan. What am I going to say? Who am I visiting? What am I going to say? Why am I going to say it? Have your marketing materials together. Create a flyer for yourself. We do have the RX Assistant program through Kellogg, and the idea of that is that they already have some marketing materials, but that marketing materials is structured specifically towards pharmacies. You could take the same idea of the information that's on there and just create a dental flyer, right? If you need help with this or ideas for this, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. I'm going to unmute everybody. Let's see if I can. Yes. Oh, cancel. Oh, I hope I can do this, guys. I want to, let's see. I think people can unmute themselves. If anybody wants to, I would say go ahead and try to unmute yourself. If you have a question, I'm going to look at the chat bar here, be able to share a PDF of this presentation. I have a PDF here of like the flyer and stuff. I'm recording this meeting here, so you can certainly watch this later. But I don't have like a slideshow or anything like that. Let me see. It doesn't seem like anybody can unmute themselves. I'm not. This is my first time using this, so I apologize if if it's not going well. I'm trying to. Let's see. Oh, there's
Yeah.
somebody. You're able to
I can
unmute.
unmute myself.
Okay. Anybody want to unmute themselves or have a question? Okay. I'm not sure if anybody. It seemed like I heard someone. So if anybody's got a question, go ahead. Um, Otherwise, we have a few more minutes. I don't want to take up everybody's time. We've got a lot of great people on the call today. Thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate it. So I guess if we don't have any other questions, I'll just go down this list here. So doctors, dental offices. We went over that a bit. Doctors' offices is an important one. I think that the people that design this work with doctors' offices first. I think that they tend to think that's a better fit or whatever. They go for doctors' offices first. Now, me personally, I don't have a lot of experience with working with doctors' offices myself. Now, Ty Brady does. He has. I know that he's got doctor offices that are referral partners. But the idea is the same here, folks. The idea is it's the same with all of these, right? So, how do you help a dental or a doctor office? That's just the same, right? You can help keep their patients in the network or having that office as their primary. You can answer questions about their insurance, and obviously you can help them get better coverage, right, or something like that. I can tell you a big one that's going to be coming up, folks, and that's going to be medications. I know that most of the people on the call here are probably aware of all the major changes that are going to be coming. If it were me, I would highly suggest that you go start talking to pharmacies and or doctors' offices, specifically pharmacies, about these major changes and how you can help navigate people that are having a whole lot of problems and questions about drugs. Because I'm telling you, folks, there's a big shakeup this next year for Medicare, in particular with the donut hole and all of this stuff that's going on. So if you can get into pharmacies now, talking about local pharmacies, okay, like mom and pop kind of pharmacies, maybe a pharmacy in a local store or a local retailer. Those pharmacies are going to need help, and they don't have anyone. The big box stores are going to probably have, some agent in there like they have for years. The mom and pop shops are going to need your help. And I bet you, seriously, if you go in there and tell them what's going on, they're going to want you to help. So I think pharmacies are probably going to be a really, really good ticket for having referral partners for this next year for AEP. Of course, we're going to want to focus a lot on retention. I think that's been said several times on your book of business. I think that's for later training. We'll definitely talk about that later. Let's talk about other insurance agents. This one I can answer very well. I get a lot of referrals from other insurance agents. Um, why? They just don't want to mess with the business I'm writing. They don't want to mess with Medicare or health insurance. Maybe it's a particular kind of health insurance. Maybe it's somebody who does health insurance, this agent, but they don't do travel insurance or something like that. I mean, something strange. But maybe they don't want to do dental insurance, or maybe they do health insurance and they don't want to do Medicare, or vice versa. So it doesn't have to be property casualty. I know that's the traditional one that everybody goes to, but it doesn't always have to be that. It could be another health agent. It's just another health agent that doesn't want to write your business. So there's plenty of business to be shared out there, and lots of agents that don't want to write the business you're writing. So make sure that you always talk where your feet are, right? Always, always, because whenever you're just meeting a new agent, you don't know when they could be a potential referral partner. Financial advisors is a very big one, folks, because there's a lot of financial advisory firms out there that actually don't even have an insurance license. They can't even sell insurance. They only do managed money. And those financial advisors out there could really use your help, obviously, right? I mean, you've got all sorts of products that they really need to be talking about to their clients, right? So like long-term care, we're talking about Medicare supplement versus Medicare Advantage. What's the difference? How can that affect their finances? Financial advisors are an easy one, folks. They're a really good fit, and they will want to send you business. CPAs, this is another one that's a good one. I think there's lots of different fits as far as CPAs go. I mean, it could be a variety of products that you can help their clients from, life products and financial products, but particularly health insurance, talking about tax credits, right? CPAs are going to be good referral partners when you help to explain how much you understand the tax credits, how you can help your clients or their clients understand tax credits and how they work, how to properly fill out the application, make sure that they don't have the mistakes on the back end. There's lots of ways you can help CPAs. Attorneys are a good one. And there's another one I'm thinking of here is like VA, VA and Veterans Affairs areas and things like that. You can help veterans. There's a lot of stuff we can do, for veterans. Retail stores, assisted living. I noticed Diane's on the call. She's the master at this. These kind of community centers are really where you can grow your business in a big way when you can do events. Events are really key to growing in a really big way. Okay, folks, we're hitting just at the end here, and I want to keep it to a strict half hour. So, and I'm sorry for not being able to get everybody unmuted. Thanks everybody for attending. We are going to be doing this every week. This is recorded. If anybody's interested in the recording, just let me know and I'll send it out to you. I'll try to have this more lined up so that people can make sure that people can unmute themselves and things like that for next week. And hopefully we'll have an email invitation be going out to everyone for next week. So thank you so much for joining, guys. Have a really great Tuesday, and we will talk to you again later.